We are live, I hope. Welcome to the show. Tonight I've got Mike from MF Vape. Welcome, Mike. Thanks very much for coming on.
No worries, Mark. How you doing, mate?
Have you got something nice in there?
This is just tea at the moment. I have got a couple of cans there just for in a minute, so don't you worry about that, mate.
In your man mug.
Yeah.
We'll give all people a chance to come on. They're coming on thick and fast. There's about a 15-second delay, so you know that obviously everything's working. Twisted is on. How's it hanging, Mark? I don't know. I haven't checked today. Not something I sort of pay much attention to these days. The Vape Man. Hi, the Vape Man. And Daniel, Eden Marcus, all up and running this in. Good. And Chunk. Hi, Chunk. Been a bit of a week for you, Chunk, so sorry to hear all that news. So let's, I think there's one or two people in now, Mike, so why don't you tell us what you're vaping on today?
Right, I'll just get chat to pop out and then
I'll hang on.
I'm such a loser. Right, let's get rid of that one. I had a small picture of you on one corner and the big one, so I don't know how to work Skype at all. Let's just say hello to some people.
Are you good to go?
Twisted, Shane, how you doing? Right, let's I am good to go now, mate. I've got it all on the screen.
Chat.
Yeah, we're all here.
We're all good.
Curly chew. Right, so what we have got, Mark, we have got the Asmodus EOS 2 by Ultrona, designed by Stabwood Mod, and we've got the Kylin V2 sitting on top. And both the reviews can be found on the channel, incidentally.
Excellent. Have you had leaking issues from that Kylin? Because I've heard one or two people have.
I do get a soggy bottom, but I get that on most of my tanks, to be honest.
Right, okay.
It's nothing. I did do this fix thing on my live the other day, but to be honest, it hasn't worked.
Oh, really?
And most of it is in the wicking, because I like to have the coils right down close to the airflow on it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what viscosity juice you're using. I've got 80-20 in, and it still manages to get into those airflow holes, and it sort of seeps out of here and manages to get round underneath, if you ask me.
Right.
And you get condensation as well.
Yeah.
But I did that fix the other day where you hold on to this bit with a pair of mole grips, and then you get some pliers in between the
fill ports?
Yeah, and then twist it round as tight as you can do.
Right.
And for the first night it worked, but I am still getting a little bit of moisture on there, so I just think it's, I don't know, it doesn't really worry me, because I get the same thing on my Saver RTA, if you look on the bottom of that as well.
Yeah, a lot of the bottom airflow ones is a bit of an issue, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not like pissing out or anything, so I just think it's an inherent issue, but it's just, I just get used to wiping my tank and wiping the top of the mod. I always have done, so
yeah.
It's only my top airflow tanks, like this Geek Vape Zeus Dual, where I don't have that problem, and I must admit the Fatality clone, I don't get that problem either, but yeah, some of them, even if they are bottom airflow, you don't get the issue, but some you do. But it's not that much of an issue. It just means a little wipe now and again. But,
right.
So that's that. We've got a couple of other bits, of course. I'll just put that on the wrong one now. We've got this wonderful thing here. It's by Vaporesso. I put the review up last night. It's called the Lux Nano.
Oh, that's the fingerprint magnet, isn't it?
It is, but if you look at my one, it says Just Vape on it, which is not very attractive. It looks pretty nice on this side because it looks nice and blue, but it's got the old haptic feedback buttons on it. And it's 80-watt device built in 2,500 milliamp hour battery. Right. So I've been rocking the Saver RTA on top because this is my favourite mouth to lung. I run it about 20 watts, so you're getting a good day and a half.
How dare you come on my show and say that?
Oh yeah, I would never vape the true RTA. No, I do like the True RTA. I just haven't got it anymore because I gave it away.
You gave it away on a charity show, didn't you?
I did, and someone who likes their restrictive draws. I'm not saying you could get a loose draw out of it, but just for me, it wasn't my bag. That's all it is. I like a slightly looser vape.
I remember your review, and I remember you saying that it was a little, even on the widest opening for you, it's a little too restrictive, which is, it's fine. It's, I accept that.
That's what I mean. I'm using the Saver with the widest airflow as well. So, but with only one hole open, so it is quite loose. To most people, it's not really a mouth to lung. It's more like a very restrictive direct to lung. I use it with. But for me, that's just right up my street. It's whatever works for you, isn't it? There's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
Even though you can take the piss out of each other. And we've also got the topside dual, which is another cracking dual battery squonker. Have you got one, mate? Yeah, of course you have. We've got this is a clone. Are we allowed to say that on there?
Yeah, of course we are. Yeah, so
we've got the Supersonic. I don't know if you do them in Nature Vape.
Yeah, we do actually.
Cracking.
I don't think I've got that many left, to be fair.
No, it's a. I still think it's great, Mark. To be honest, I've had it over a year or so, but
the Supersonic?
Yeah, and it looks good as well, though. I just think it looks really good on the top side.
Yeah. Single
core, that one is. So, last but not least, we've got the Bombus, the rainbow version, and we've also got this Yosta Liverpool, which whenever you press the button, it.
Oh my God! Show. Who makes that?
Yosta Tech.
Oh right, okay.
They gave it to me to review.
Yeah.
Which is fun. The mod's actually quite good. It's a single 21700. So if you're only doing it about 35, 40 watts, it's not bad battery life. But it just does this continuously. And I was racking my brains to try and work out how to turn it off.
Right.
And I emailed them. And they said, oh, no, you can't. But they have updated it for the latest versions. And I said, what about mine? They said, I'll just say at the end of the review that they sorted it out. I was like, thanks a lot then.
So you wouldn't take that to the cinema then?
No, this is not a stealth vape. But it just goes through all the colours as well. It's just ridiculous. It goes through literally the whole rainbow every time. Like, you press it once and then, it just starts doing that.
Yeah. Oh my word, I couldn't put up with that. I just couldn't.
I've got a review of this week because I've done I recorded it, so I've got to do the editing. That'll be out later in the week. But and we got the Bombus, which I haven't finished recording because I'm still in two minds about that one. I know you've just done your review.
I've done my review. Yeah, I have. Probably not the most praising review I've ever done, but it's not a dreadful tank. That's the first thing I'll say. It's not,
no.
And the flavour I'm getting is pretty good. But I don't know about you. I don't think that's the prettiest of tanks. Do you?
No, it's absolutely. It's not at all, mate. Whatever you put it on, it doesn't look very good.
No, I mean I don't think gold helps it. I will say that, but.
Well, the rainbow doesn't look much. That's all they had in stock when I got.
We got a pot of gold under the rainbow.
But with the Ultim drip tip, is yours the Ultim as well?
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice if they did a black one as well or something. But
and I mean that drip tip looks like a bit of an afterthought. It's a bit like what we got laying around that'll fit on here, and that's what it looks like to me. It's just not. They could have done a better job of that. I think a better drip tip would have looked nicer.
Yeah, no, I think it spoils it because I put one of my own on more of a straighter one, or one that even slopes sort of that way that goes narrow at the top. That looks a little bit better. That
would look better, wouldn't it? Like something, mind you, I suppose they've copied another very well-known tank with how you fill it.
Yeah, exactly. I must admit, it has got some similarities with the True.
It has.
Your drip tip's a little bit similar though, isn't it?
Come on, look. No,
I can't remember what it looked like. Where's your one?
True tank drip tip.
Yeah, I'm sure that. Oh, yours is yours bulges out a little way up, doesn't it?
Mine
does look better. Yours does actually.
Yeah, mine's full of elegance, Mike. You know that. This drip tip actually on the True tank is a bit like Marmite. You either love it or hate it, I think.
Yeah, it's comfortable. I just would have preferred it straight. It doesn't, to be honest, now I've got the Bombus, I think it looks bloody marvellous, your drip tip.
Get your review changed straight away. So, I think there's quite a lot of comments in chat, and I am way behind. So
You've been TVP?
Let me scroll down and see who we got. Let's say hello to some people. I said hello to Chunk. Shane, hi Shane. Twister, I said hello to. Curly Chew, hello. Bristol Vapor, the Vape Man, Laurie, all the way from Kenya. Hi, Laurie. And Bob Cattrall. Laurie again. Thanks for. I would have missed it. And Twisted, where's my spanner? I've only got 2 spanners, Twisted. Lynn and Daniel. And I don't really want loads, but, you know, if I ever get very popular with a lot of trolls, then I'll add you on. I don't have trolls. I don't offend anyone.
Trouble is, you end up putting trolls on that are spanners eventually.
Yeah. I don't know who you're talking to. Lynn, evening Lynn. Lynn Smith, the Bristol Vape. I keep getting liquid on my Kylan as well. So there you go.
I don't, like I say, it's inherent with most bottom airflow tanks, really. But other people get it. It's such an issue to them.
Yeah,
that it is a problem. Even CVP in chat, I think his one started pissing out.
Did it
as well?
Right.
Yeah.
So
he stopped using it as well. So
we've got a comment from Laurie that I'll put on the screen. I don't think you can see the comments I put on the screen. Can you, Mike?
No, unless I went onto YouTube, I don't think.
Oh, don't worry about it, because you'll be delayed. But I'll read them out, so you'll know anyway.
No worries, mate.
Laurie said, whatever you say, Mark, I'll get a bit of moisture underneath the True Tank too, but you don't have to mention it. You don't have to mention it, so I'll put it on the screen. I love the True Tank no matter what. Well, thanks for that, Laurie. And to be fair, she's right. Sometimes you do. You know, it's bottom airflow, and it's inherent.
And you've got a ragingly hot atomizer on top of something that's metal as well, like the metal plate on your 510, which creates condensation a lot of times. So I think that's a lot of it. But you just got to check it now and again and wipe it off if you're that worried.
Right. It's a every couple of day visit, really, isn't it? It's not a real hardship. No. Simon Bridgewell, hi Simon. The boot mark. He's up. Mike Twisted. He's asking me to give you the boot. Don't have the True Tank. Well, actually, nor have you, Mike. So the Twisted Mike. So there you go.
Just say hello to my lovely wife. What's in her name?
What's in her name?
Hi, darling.
That threw me last week. I thought that was
she changed
Lisa.
her name on there, didn't she? So.
Yeah. Kieran. Evening, Kieran.
ABC. What's up, buddy?
Who else have we got? Ian Morgan and Bill Phoenix. I spoke to Bill earlier, actually, on the phone. Nice chap. Mark, TVP. Evening, Mark. How are you tonight?
Good.
The Vape Man, now sub to Nature Vape. Sorry, dude, it's the first time I've come across this channel. Well, that's all right, Vape Man. I hope you enjoy it. That's good. Right, okay.
Is that the Vape Man in there, is it? Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm just put another comment on Laurie's I put. What is Ultim? Ultim, Laurie, it's actually Ultim is a brand name.
Yeah, it's PEI basically, isn't it?
PEI, correct. Yeah, it's a form of plastic, a very high temperature resistant plastic.
But it doesn't have to be Ultim coloured, does it?
No, it can be clear, I think, can't it? Yeah.
That's the funny thing, you called it Ultim, but it can actually be clear. It's just that it's got the name like a, whatever, like a Hoover. Hoovering, it's called Hoovering, not vacuuming.
That's it.
But, right, I've got problems with this Bombus, Mark. It's telling me I've got no resistance at all, and I just had a look at it, tightened it all up, and it's still doing it. So for me, this is absolutely crap.
Based on that, it's crap.
No, do you know what I mean? It did that to me the other day as well.
Did it?
So I'm just going to check my mod just to make sure it's not that's doing it.
While you're doing that, I will just finish saying hello to the people here. There's Bob Cattrall, and obviously Lisa, what's in her name? Daniel, let's put that comment up. I think Ultim. Oh right, okay. Sorry, I've already answered that. It's about what Ultim is. So sometimes it pays to read these questions first, Mike. But when you do, you're like bumpity, and yeah.
I do it all the time, mate. They say we just answered that, mate. Oh, have we?
Savas, hi Savas, Ian Morgan, Matt Benson. That's Kieran again, and Lisa, Shameful. I think we're coming down. We're getting to the bottom now. Chris Holmes. If I've mentioned anyone twice, it's because I'm stupid. Sub Vapes. Is that Sub Vape? I don't recognise Sub Vape. Is that one of your?
Yeah, I know Sub Vapes. How you doing, buddy?
Well, welcome, Sub Vapes.
Nice I might have a couple of mine in here tonight. Vape Man, Sub Vapes.
Man's underneath. Yep. Okay, and Twisted.
Nice to see you guys.
Phoenix, and I think, woo, we got there. I think we're just about to the bottom. So we'll better do what I'm vaping on, haven't we? While you're still fighting with that Bombus.
Oh man, I can't believe it started to do that on me. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's going to be shorting out somewhere in it. But you carry on, Mark, and I'll
carry on. Well, I'm obviously on the True Tank, and we've got Laurie in chat, so she'll be very interested to hear that I've got inside that this creme anglaise in 9mg that I made, and you can see the you can see the colour, you can see it as the run, and it's very nice, Laurie. I only tried it yesterday. Was my first. Put a new wick in and tried it, and it's really nice. But it does take. That's 10 days, and I think it'll get better still. So. Very promising. You may not have seen that, Mike. I've been doing a bit of an e-liquid thing, which I possibly won't do too much on tonight because I've got you on here. But
no, that's fine, man. You carry on.
Next week.
What's your creme anglaise then? I'm a
these
bit
are
of a
all
moron, so I don't know.
What I've decided to do is I'm stocking them concentrates. My website is awful when it comes to e-liquids. So I'm going to go a slightly different route and do more of the concentrates for people to mix their own.
Yeah, good idea, mate.
And I've picked one range, which I'm carrying the full range. I've ordered them; they're all sorted. They're coming from a company called Nom Noms. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No, I haven't heard of those, mate. It's a funny name.
It is, but I tried these flavours, and every single one so far I've liked. So, and in the past I've used Capella and tried myself, and they always taste a bit harsh and a bit naff.
Capella, I'm not sure if I've tasted that. I've tried the Flavour Apprentice, and like Dark Star is what I normally use, and I think it's really good. The Dark Arts is what I use.
Okay.
But, because I tend to mix my own as well. I always have done.
Right.
But I have gone through a few different companies.
Do you know why did I think you weren't interested in mixing juice in? I don't know.
No, it's the opposite, mate. I don't like paying £15 for a bottle of juice.
That's because you're mean.
I'm a tight ass, man. No, I do like it. I like Just Jam, actually. Just Jam strawberry or raspberry.
Yeah, that's quite nice juice, isn't it?
But I don't like any of these desserty things, though. You know, like your key lime pies or your custard donuts, and I don't like anything like that. I'd rather just have fruit vape. You know,
I like
black
fruit. You would like the one I haven't got it up here now. It's called what's it called? Non-bombs or something. It's a real fruit. It's a lovely one. And
is it just plain fruit? What mixed fruit?
It's 3 mixed fruit. It's peach. God, I can't remember. I'm sorry, but it tasted a bit like Lilt when I was vaping it.
Right.
It was lovely, really nice.
Your tropical taste, then, man.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Probably like a bit of that, then.
Do you know, we're going to be here all night while we're vaping on at this rate, aren't we? I've done one.
That's all right. We haven't got anything else to talk about. You carry on, Matt.
So I'll carry on. Bombus. The same as you on the Bombus, and I've got that on the H cigar mod.
Oh, what, the Wild Wolf?
Yeah, I like that. I really like it.
That is, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you reviewed it yet, Mark?
Do you know? I don't know if I have, but I really like the mod. It's small and will hold a 30ml tank, and it's
great for the FP, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And that was actually predominantly why I stocked it, was for the FP, because I read, apart from the V sticking, I had nothing to put it on, and I didn't think it looked very good on the V sticking. So
no, it just fits you like a glove, because of that 510 plate, it's basically a round disc that's 30mm, so it just fits on it like a glove, man.
Yeah, it does. So, are you sorted your Bombus out yet?
Yeah, it's saying 0.24 again now. So I think what had happened is, I think the coil, for some reason, even though it was really tightened down, I think the bottom of it was actually touching the bottom. It's only a 3mm in the diameter, but there's not a huge amount of room in that deck, to be honest.
No, there's not.
It might be a little bit bigger than 3mm. It might have stretched out to 3.5 or something, but
right.
Yeah, it seems to be working again. Let's have a look, see what it's like.
Have a go.
It's not bad. With this, I've got an alien in it, one of Rolling Fog's aliens, and they are good coils. Do you know what I mean? I had a round wire build in the last build, and it tasted muted. It was pretty rubbish. Right. Like I said, I've tried a lot of builds with this one, and I was starting to think I'm going to have to just say it's rubbish. But put this coil back in. I've wicked it really short, basically just a proper dam method.
Right.
I've not bothered trying to tuck any of it in, and it does wick the best. It's the best way you can do it is by putting short wicks in with this bombus.
Yeah, you don't want them all the way through that hole there. Which if you look underneath that like flange, you don't want to be seeing any wick there, do you? So.
But to be honest, that's exactly what I did on my first build because I thought I know this. It's GTA, and so I tend to do most of mine like that anyway.
Yeah,
but I don't for one reason or another I couldn't get any flavour out of it for the first 2 weeks.
I know you struggle with it. I know you have. I know.
Yeah, I had that before. But you know the Horus RTA by Vapefly, I think it is, single coil 25mm.
I never had that one. Didn't have that one.
I struggled with that one as well. Right. It took me over a week to get any flavour.
Did it?
And then suddenly it was like up here. Yeah. So it just. Whereas other tanks, you can put the first build in and jobs are good. And
some tanks are a lot more forgiving as well, aren't they? And you can just throw it in it. They always taste there or thereabouts. But
yeah, exactly.
Not that one. My third tank of the night. Look what I bought.
Have you got the light version of it?
The 2019 K-Fun. I had
it's
to
the
buy.
Light, isn't it? It's called.
Yeah, K-Fun Light 2019.
Oh, I'm jealous of that. Seriously.
Are you jealous?
Yeah, I love my K-Fun. Well, I use the SXK K-Fun anyway. But it's just as good as the original, if you ask me.
I got a Skype message today from one of and it wasn't SXK actually, it was another one. They've already copied this. They've done it already.
Oh, have they?
Only came out last Saturday.
Yeah, I know. It's to be honest, I had a look. It's not as expensive as the Prime, is it? What is it? 69 euros.
Round figures, isn't it? Yeah.
I was actually tempted to get the authentic, just so I can see whether there is a difference in quality, because I might do a comparison video or something.
Yeah. I've got so many mixed feelings about this. It's not true.
Right, okay. Maybe I won't get the authentic.
It's your call, entirely your call. But
what are you getting, gurgling?
I get. I've just filled this up, and it's now vaping really well. But then you'll get a certain stage in the tank, and it's drawing air in from somewhere else, or doing something weird, or it's got condensation in it or something, and it's just not vaping right. Then you'll get beyond that and it'll vape really well again, and it's bizarre.
There's no juice flow on that one either, is there? Or
There's no juice flow, no, and the airflow is done.
Because that's the one thing with the original K-Fun Prime. I haven't had any other K-Funs. That's the first one out. But
right.
I like the fact that you can open up the juice a little bit more or close it off.
I don't know if you can see that, but there is actually a little bit of juice coming through that airflow. Look. The airflow is up in the 510 hole. You use I haven't got. Yes, I have.
What, you use an Allen key to?
No, it's a flat screwdriver, and you just go straight up in here and adjust it.
That would piss me off.
But it is a bit of a sort of set it and forget it. So I don't really have a problem with that. But
no,
I do have a problem that it's bottom fill, and I just think.
It's bottom fill.
It's bottom fill. You cannot top fill it.
Oh, man. But even the bloody K-Fun Prime was top fill. Why are they gone backwards?
So you have to turn it upside down, undo the bottom, and while we're talking about that, I cannot undo that bottom bit without putting blue nitrile gloves on to get a grip.
What, is this seriously not top fill? Is it?
No.
Is that why? Because they've made it shorter? Is that the reason?
There's nothing in the top. It's solid.
Like the doggy style. Basically.
Talking about the tank.
That is a tank, by the way.
I know. I quite like that tank, actually.
Yeah, I do. That one's not that hard to undo, is it?
It's plastic. But and while we're at it, plastic.
Is that plastic as well?
Plastic tank.
Ultim tank. Man, that's what I thought. I thought it's Ultim. Don't they do a glass for it as well?
No. And all I'm thinking, I might as well just say it. It's in my head. I'll say it. Let's swap places. I've released this one, and K-Fun have released this one, my True Tank. I would have got slammed for this.
Yeah.
Bottom fill, plastic thing. Do you know what I mean? Can't undo the bottom. So
I'm glad I've listened to you, because I'm not going to spend 70 quid on it now.
Well, I've said it, and I wasn't going to say it. You've pulled it out of me. You must be some sort of mind-bending person.
I have been told that. What's up, J Money? That's Jordan. He's one of my spanners, actually, on the live show. Yeah, he's a nice bloke, he is.
But, sorry, as it stands, it's vaping all right, but, I think that'll do. We won't go on about it anymore. It's just, I watched all the reviews, and they gushed about it. I thought, I've got to try it. I've got to buy one.
Yeah. You know the doggy, it's called the Doggy Style.
Yeah, I know,
The Doggy Style have done a new version. I got the I'm going to say replica. I don't like saying the C word.
Styled one.
Yeah, the style one, and it's called what is it? 2K18, I think it's called. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a top fill, but basically it's a bit of a joke, because the top fill, it's got an O-ring around like this piece here.
Right.
And you just sort of have to pull it off, and then plug it back on. So it isn't a very good top fill. It's a bit awkward,
right.
And it's also a plastic tank. But it's the original Doggy Style. It's really quite a see-through tank. It's pretty proper transparent.
Yeah.
This one's more translucent, and I'm getting a bit of a plasticky taste from it when you vape it.
Right.
I haven't reviewed it because it's a styly one. I don't really do those on the channel anymore. And B, I wasn't that overly impressed. I just think the original one is awesome. And I thought this would be better because it's top fill, but it's not a threaded top fill or like your True Tank. At least you can just go like that. It's a piece of piss, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this one, to actually push the O-ring on and then pull it off again, it's actually quite hard work.
Right.
It's easy.
I haven't seen that one. I've got version. Well, it must be version 1, I suppose, of that tank. And
it
was all right. I thought it was vaped quite well.
You would probably like that because it's more of a looser.
It is a looser one,
draw.
correct? It would probably want loose enough for me, but I think I've got some other couple of bits here, Mike. But we can
say them as you're going along, Mark. Go on. What's the next one, Mark?
We haven't done anyone's comments. Look. Have you Skyfall? Have you tried the Skyfall?
Yeah, I've got the replica. I've got the Copper Vape one.
You got the styled one?
It's absolutely awesome, man. The flavour I got out of that.
I love it.
Yeah. That is one of my best single coilers, definitely. But the Authentic's like £200. Don't tell me you got one of them.
No, I haven't. No, this is the styled one.
Is yours Copper Vape or YFTK?
No, it's SXK.
Oh yeah, all three of them do it, don't they?
Yeah.
It's banging vape, isn't it?
And that's about it anyway. I've got my billet box here with its new little. Well, I showed that last week. We have a cover and the pod, but I'm not using the pod much. So let's have a look through his car. I think you got that too. How did you get on with that?
I like it. As a pod, the 0.6 ohm mesh coil.
Yeah.
I like it with 6 milligrams in it. I think it's
good coil, isn't it?
If that had the Zero tank by Vaporesso, which has got that valve system to fit it up, I don't know if you've
seen that. No,
I've got that over there, but it's an awesome invention because you just plug your bottle into it, squeeze it out, and then the valve comes back up again. Yeah. Whereas these sort of ones here with that bit of silicone, that's just a bit awkward, isn't it, to fit it up?
Yeah.
So,
which tank have you got in there, Mike? You got the clear one or the old one?
I haven't got a clear one, mate. It came with the one that you can't. Well, it's sort of translucent. It's not clear though. Oh, that's a lot easier to see, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the 3mm one as well.
I think mine's a 3mm as well because I got it sent direct from Artery.
Yours are 2mm.
Is it? How can you tell?
It's got a line about there.
Hang on, hold it up to the camera
properly. About here, a line about there.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it? So it doesn't go all the way through it. That's all they did to make it TPD, is it?
Yeah.
All right, they must have given it to me because they knew I was in the UK. Then
Next time I send you something, remind me. And if you want one, I'll send you a clear pod.
That's the thing. I didn't even notice that wasn't going all the way. Thanks for telling me that. Anyway, I should have pointed that out in the review. I didn't see it, guys. Anyway, another thing I've missed.
You might have an answer to this. Sub vapes. Hi, Mark and Mike. I've subbed to you both. A thumbs up to you. Thanks, Sub
Vapes.
Thanks very much. Where's the best place to get 30ml bottles for DIY mixing? Thanks. We will be having some. I think we'll be having 30ml bottles as well. So hopefully me. But in the meantime, there's eBay. There's quite a few places on eBay sell them. And it's one I came across the other day.
I've got like 60ml bottles I use because I tend to go through quite a bit.
Have you got a good source?
I just bought a bulk load. I don't know if it was on Amazon or eBay or something like that one a couple of years ago. Okay. So I don't buy them that often because they don't really degrade, do they? So.
Not really. And, that's what I think is nice about DIY as well. Because I don't know about you, but my 3ml version of my e-liquid, which is here, it's always the same. It's a raspberry custard. I make a litre of that at a time, and I just keep filling this bottle up.
Yeah, that's what I do. So you just take a little bit out with you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do. A nice litre bottle, and it keeps you going for. I do mine and the wife's as well, so we do go through a little bit more. But if you're on your own, you can make it last. A litre will last you a long time, wouldn't it?
It will. Yeah,
a couple of months probably.
That's obviously direct lung, but with what I did the other week with these 9mg ones is I made a batch of. I had 9 different flavours, and I just made 30ml of each to try because you don't want to make half a litre until you know you like it.
Oh yeah, I made that mistake once with some toffee apple, I think it was, and it was bloody horrible. And I that's the thing. Sometimes when you buy concentrates, it is lucky dip. So I tend to stick with what I know now, which is I get it from Darkstar normally. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't go anywhere else. It's just where you find something you like. Yeah, I think that's it now.
I used rainbow vapes for a long time. They were good. Rainbow, yeah, they were good. What have we got here?
Just want to say hello to Orion's Braces because he did say hello to both of us earlier on.
Oh, did he? I missed that. If I did, sorry.
Nice one, Orion's.
Thanks for that. Kieran's come on chat. Nom noms have amazing flavours. So, that's nice to hear that you think so as well, Kieran, because you haven't heard of nom noms, had you?
Can you buy it in big bottles though? Because that's what puts me off. When I look at these concentrates, they're like 30 millilitres for about 15 quid, and I don't like. I pay 80 quid for a litre.
These will be 30ml for 8 quid, and I think that there are bigger bottles too. But from my point of view, for the site, I'll be just having 30ml bottles to start with because mine was aimed mainly, Mike, at mouth to lung. Because short fill you can buy anywhere and just donk in your nick shot and you've got your 3ml short fill. You can't do that if you want 9mg or 12.
No, you can't. That is a very good point.
It just dilutes it. So I was trying to make an easy sort of system. In fact, you won't.
What for people that just want to do a mouth to lung mix? Get your 30ml bottle. Yeah, chuck it. That's a good idea, mate, and I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. I'm just a tight ass and like buying things in bulk.
I have made there is a way now that because 72mg nick, you can probably get it, and you probably have got it, Mike, but
I've got a freezer full of it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But in theory, you're not supposed to be able to get it now, and
it's apparently people are doing it because I know I'm saying Darkstar again, but they do sell it, but you have to be a business in order to buy.
Yeah, but you can say you're a business, can't you?
Well, I don't know. I haven't tried. I'm not that dishonest, mate. So
no, of course not. You're a proper stand-up geezer.
I haven't. No, honestly, I haven't tried it.
So. I haven't tried either. But there is a way now that with the higher VG nick shots, there is a way. In fact, I've done a little calculator. Let me put that on there. I'm going to hope now I've got the right one. Otherwise, I'm going to look a bit of a... I've got the right one. Thank goodness for that. So to make 30 milligrams of 9mg, 30 millilitres of 9mg strength e-liquid, in a 45-55 PG-VG, which I think is about right, Mike.
Yeah, it's up to you. I normally do, to be honest, now I'm doing 70-30, but
What, from mouth to lung?
Yeah, I do 60-40 a lot of time, but I'm getting away with 70-30 now in the tanks that I'm using.
But you would if you're more of an open mouth to lunger, I guess, as well. You'd probably be more more tolerant of that, wouldn't it?
It depends what tank you're using as well, doesn't it? Because something like the Saver, it wicks it up no problem at all. But maybe one of the smaller chambers that haven't got quite so much room between the glass and stuff like that, you're going to struggle with 70-30, aren't you? So.
Yeah, that's right enough. Nick shots. So this is a VG base Nick shot. 20 milligram strength, actually, I based this on. It's 13.5 mil of Nick shot and 8.1 mil of PG, 3 mil of VG, and the flavouring I had at 18%. So, and that all adds up to 30 mil.
All right, so 30 mil end bottle, yeah.
Yeah, just to make your own 30 mil. But I mean, if you liked it, I'll put the wrong thing up. Get off.
What's up, Adam?
If you liked it, you could up that to half a litre or even more, couldn't you?
Well, yeah, you just use the same ratios, don't you? So,
that's right. But
no, it is definitely a good idea to start on a small. But I used to do 10 millilitres, to be honest. When I first got a flavour in, like say because you don't know, because it might say a recommendation, like some say like 4% or something, even if you get a super strong one. So my advice is to start off low and then add the concentrate. Because if you put it too high, you can't really, you can dilute it, but you end up having to put loads more VG in, and then you've got to work out your nicotine again as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So it's start off a bit low, and you can add a little bit more concentrate.
Here's a good question from Chris Holmes. Evening, could you tell me SX billet box, is it worth getting for a mouth to lung mod? I'm going to be brutally honest, Chris, and I have never got a good mouth to lung vape out of a billet box. The vape
What's
shell.
That billet box?
Billet box.
Yeah. They use the sub-tank deck, don't they?
You can. There's numerous. You can
Nautilus and stuff like that. Yeah.
This one, I've got the crossbow, I think, in here.
Oh yeah.
Let's pull that out and show everyone. Yeah, crossbow.
Oh right, yeah, I haven't tried that before.
Inside there, and that is a mouth to lung one. Now that isn't bad, but it's still not a tight mouth to lung, and
yeah, not a true mouth to lung.
Not a true mouth, indeed. No. So it depends what sort of a mouth to lung you are. If you like a very tight, restricted mouth to lung draw, I don't think you'll get that essentially from a billet box. But if you like one like Mike, more of an open one, I think you will out of something like the vape shell. But you'll need the vape shell to go inside it, which has got reducers that go in the airflow.
Oh right, so how many different decks can you get for it then, Mark, that you know of?
Oh, there's hundreds. Well, hundreds.
Is there?
That's an exaggeration. Exocet, Insider, Vape Shell, Boxer, Crossbow. There's 5.
Oh really? Because I just thought it come with like the sub-tank mini deck, which I used to have.
No,
it does fit there, doesn't it?
That's probably the worst one you could put in it.
Well, I was going to say, because that isn't really a mouth to lung at all.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Poke with a stick. Thanks for that, Mike. I think he's. No, I'm not going there.
Who's taking the piss now?
He's twisted. He's taking it. He's having a little laugh. Bless his heart.
Fair enough.
Laurie Bergman, Mark, could you make an Alton tank for the True? No, I couldn't. Why would you want one? I suppose if you. Laurie did break her glass. She ordered quite a few to take back to Kenya, so I hear what you say, Laurie. But personally, I would rather pay £2 and buy another glass, wouldn't you? Another glass tank.
Oh yeah, glass all the way. I don't. To be honest, the only tank that I vape that hasn't got glass is the doggy style because I love the flavour from it.
Yeah,
and it hasn't degraded on me in over 18 months or so. So fair enough. You can get decent. plastic, can't you? You know, and that's the ironic thing. It costs $10, and I reckon it's a pretty good plastic they've used.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'd much rather have glass any day of the week.
But you wouldn't drink your best scotch out of a plastic cup, would you?
Well, no, because it does make it taste funny, doesn't it? But I'll tell you what I do like. The Kylin V2, though, the flavour you get on, if you like a direct to lung, you can't really go wrong, apart from you do get half the people get the leaking issues.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty dry at the moment, but sometimes you do find a little bit of moisture. But a lot of it's in the wicking. People don't like to admit it, but...
Well, I spoke to Steve today from SR Vapes. Do you know Steve?
Yeah, I know Steve. Yeah.
Lovely chap. And he was saying he'd had a couple sent back to him because of leaking. And, you know, that's not his fault. He didn't make them. And B, you just hit the nail on the head. I think it's the individual probably not wicking it that well in the first place. So
yeah, because I get it with the K's as well. I get similar thing, and they're all the sort of the bottom airflow tanks. The juice is just going to fall off your cotton into it. You can't do much about it, really. Yeah. Especially unless you raise the core right up and then put more of a higher wattage, and then you're going to vaporize it more. Because that's the other thing. Maybe they're not using the wattage high enough to vaporize it before it starts dripping off into the airflow holes. There's lots of different variables in there on why things leak. Most of the time it's the cotton that will be touching the airflow slots and it will come out. That's in my experience anyway.
We've had another message here from Sub Vapes. I didn't realise I went all the way above the messages I'd already asked.
I was going to say, I haven't seen any of these messages you're reading now.
You said to me the other day, didn't you, that are your messages slow to come through, or is it you?
I'm sorry, man, because I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, crap. Sub Vape, Nature Vape, what's your best DIY mix? I don't know if you mean for mouth to lung or for direct lung. So, Sub Vapes, can I get rid of that question and ask you, are you talking about direct lung vaping or mouth to lung? Because it does make a difference, doesn't it, Mike? I think.
Oh, big style. Totally. What's up, Gary Hartland? He said hi to us both as well. There, Mark.
Sorry, who said hi?
Gary Hartland.
Hi, Gary. Yep.
Yep. Yes, of course. What does it make a difference? What I'm recommending an RTA?
No, this was a juice, wasn't it? He want to know my best juice mix.
What mix your own one?
Yeah. So,
well, it's all personal preference. Totally.
Well, it is. It's such a hard question to answer. That is, it really is.
Yeah, because you like what is it, raspberry custard? Saying that does sound quite nice.
It's just one I've done forever, and it's got dolce de leche in it, and raspberry and custard, and it's just I like it. It's just suits me. But
what dolce de leche? That's a separate flavour, is it?
It's like a sweetener, I think, isn't it?
Right.
It just sweetens it up slightly. I've got a sweet tooth, that's why they're all rotten.
I tend to not put. I don't like putting sweeteners in mine. I tend to find.
I don't like sweetener itself. It tastes like saccharin, like a cup of tea or coffee. I can't have the old clonk clonk in my.
No, I can't anymore. I used to have it when I was a kid, sugar, but people at work have sweetener, and sometimes I tasted it, and no, I don't like it. It's got to be tea or coffee now, just because there's sweetness in the milk as well, which people don't. Realise, isn't there? And the lactose.
Yeah.
So,
is that what you are? Are you a cow herder or something? Is that what you do for a living?
Completely the opposite, mate. I work in an office as doing accountancy. So.
Do you?
Yeah. Hence, I get a little bit stressed by the end of the week.
I bet you do. Do you feel like just walking to the nearest pub as soon as you walk out?
Well, as soon as I walk to work, I do actually.
No,
I don't drink very much apart from on a Saturday night normally. I've got a couple of cans down there. I haven't cracked them open yet, but it's sometimes it's all right, to be honest. When you get stuck into it,
right.
It's all right. But other times it can be a bit of a head mash, which you can imagine, especially if you do something wrong. Yeah. Like the other day, I was keying in some stuff for about 2 hours, and I put it all round the wrong way. The debit and the credit round the wrong way.
Right.
And it's not as simple as you think to just correct it.
Yeah.
You have to sort of go and do a journal and then reverse it all the other way manually.
Yeah.
And there's just little things like that which are frustrating, where you've spent a lot of time doing, and sometimes it can take a hell of a lot of time to do something that should have taken about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially if you haven't seen something, or you've keyed in a figure wrong, and then you've got to try and find it.
Is this accountancy you do then, or?
Yeah, it's because a lot of the time it is user error, which you've done yourself.
Is it Sage? Do you use Sage?
Yeah, we use Sage 50. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a good program in that. But like I say, most of the problems that I have in accountancy are generally where I've buggered up, putting something in wrong.
Right.
And then you're taking hours to try and find out what you've done wrong. That's the funny thing about it, because with accountancy, it is quite straightforward.
Yeah.
If you do everything right, as long as your trial balances, it's pretty straightforward. And with Sage, it spits out a profit and loss balance sheet for you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we won't say too much, because otherwise people will start thinking that accountants don't deserve to get paid. So,
I didn't actually
get paid
ever know what you did for a living. I do now. I feel better now. Twisted has put a question for us both. It's his birthday on Sunday and he's treating himself to a new setup. What would we recommend? I'm going to let you answer that, Mike. What would you recommend for Twisted?
A Kodama, Osmosis Kodama, mate. The old Stabwood mod. It's only about 280 quid. Yeah, those. I haven't got it. The only one I've got is this one, which I'm quite happy with.
Right.
This is the EOS Ultrona version.
Right.
And I must admit, it's the first one I've had a Stabwood, and it just feels so nice in the hand.
Yeah.
And it's a decent mod, and I like that. But if you like squonking, I would wholeheartedly recommend the Topside Dual 18650.
Has
he got it?
Did he have the single? I can't remember.
But this one's more comfortable than the single, if you ask me. I don't know. What do you think, Mark? It's a little bit heavier, but
I think I like the Dual. You see?
Yeah, this is the Dual.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to grip that. But for me, this is the one beside your chair while you're watching telly.
Oh,
you wouldn't want. You wouldn't want to take it out with you, would you?
Not really. That's what I normally walk down the road with my artery nugget, mate, and my Saver RTX. I've got this little Vapor Esso thing, but if you're walking to work, I walk half an hour each way. You don't really want the top side unless you just hold it in your hand.
You walk past those pubs on the way home from that job. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I don't really get a craving for alcohol like that. So I get a craving for vaping because I'm not allowed to vape in the office.
Yeah.
I have to go I've managed to blag it, so they let me go for a vape at 11 o'clock and 3:45, I think, and I also have an hour for lunch. But if I go past 2 hours, mate, I start getting really irritable.
You can't sort of pretend you're looking for your pen and...
Yeah, sometimes I do, but I can go to the toilet and just get your pod out with some Nick salts in it or something, like you've got to, haven't you? But people don't realise that non-smokers or people who've never smoked or anything, they don't understand what it's like to need that nicotine fix. And with vaping, you tend to need it more often as well because you're not getting such a concentrated hit.
Right.
Doesn't even matter if you're using Nick salts. So it's not like actually having a cigarette. So that's why you can just keep on doing it all day, and you're not getting the negative side effects that you do with smoking.
Yeah,
because it's pleasurable, isn't it? Whereas cigarettes, you used to think were pleasurable, but they weren't really. By the end of the cigarette, you're like, ugh.
When was the last time you had a puff on a cigarette?
I did. I must admit, it was probably about 2 years ago.
Right.
It might have even been longer than that. But me and the wife went to Bournemouth and went to watch a show or something like that. I think it might have even been the Carpenters tribute or something like that down the Pavilion.
Yeah.
And we had a few beers, and that's the trouble. You have a few beers, especially if you're not used to it, and you start thinking, oh, let's get a packet of fags. So I can't believe we actually thought it. But we had them, and it was like, it didn't do anything for me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that was bloody horrible, and I felt so guilty and horrible about it. But I get more of a hit now if you use something like a dual, if you want a dual core RTX, just crank the wattage up. If you're out on the lash, just crank your Kaiden V2 up, or get your mouth to lung out with some 12 milligrams in it.
That's
and
it.
You're getting, you know, and you
bung your 12 milligram in your Kaiden if you really want.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's definitely a good idea if you are actually on the lash a little bit to up your strength a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're not tempted by it because you're around a lot of people that might be smoking around you. But to be honest, Mark, now I don't get the urge at all. I absolutely
don't get the urge
smell
at all. But there was not last Valentine's. Was it the one before that or the one before that? It was a Valentine's night anyway. And Tina and I had been out for a meal and we'd had quite a bit of red wine and I said, well, and a big old plate of steak or whatever. And I said to Tina, I said, Joe, I could just have a fag now. It was just in my head.
It's weird, isn't it, when you get that occasional one?
Yeah, and I said to the waitress, I said, does anyone in the kitchen smoke roll-ups? I said, can I have a roll-up? And this was quite like a poshish sort of place, like a country club we were at.
Yeah.
She said, I'll go and ask for you. Anyway, she came back and they said no. I said, oh, that's nice.
They're too posh to smoke rollies, mate.
And to be fair, when I left, I thought, Joe, I'm so glad I didn't have that cigarette.
Yeah.
Really glad. But
yeah, I totally agree. I used to smoke rollies as well. That's the other thing. We bought straight fags. I never liked straight cigarettes anyway.
No.
Because they never used to do anything for me anyway. So that was a real mistake when I did do it. But anyone who's watching who has only recently given up smoking, carry on with it because vaping is 10 times, 100,000 times better than smoking. I've been doing it for about 5 or 6 years now. I have had the odd relapse where I've, got too drunk and had a couple, but I haven't done it for at least 2 or 3 years, I would say. But so now if I walk past the pub and I smell it, I just think, oh, people, walking down the road, you smell it outside.
There are times and you're like, oh, even in a car park, you think, oh, who's smoking? Yeah. But
no,
as a smoker, you can't understand that, can you? Daniel has answered the question, non-bongo. Well, he's got 2 of the flavours. Remember the fruit one I was telling you about?
Yeah.
That's papaya and mango and something else. There's a 3rd flavour, and I can't remember what that is either. But you got 2 of the 3 now.
Pineapple?
Kieran has tried ambrosia. It's one of his favourites. That's the strawberry ambrosia, I think, isn't it, Kieran? And
what's that? Devon custard, you mean?
Yeah, it's an ambrosia, strawberry ambrosia.
That sounds quite nice, actually.
That is nice. It's lovely. Yeah. Well, I'll send you a few samples when I've done them.
All right.
And let's put this one up, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Will you be getting the Vupu X217 dual 21700 mod in stock? I actually saw that for the first time yesterday, I think.
The X, yeah?
Yeah, I don't think I'll stock Vupu. I didn't like that whole YouTube thing and to try and... I know their products are good. I love their chip. I just don't like the way that company operates, to be honest.
To be honest, I've never tried it and I haven't got any intentions of helping them out.
No.
The Zeus X I'd be interested in by Geek Vape. The tank. You heard of that one, Mark? That one looks quite interesting. It's got like honeycomb top airflow instead, and that looks like because I love the Zeus Dual as well. I got really good flavour out of that. Top airflow, no leaks.
I didn't try that one.
Yeah, it's a bit finicky, the wicking, but if you get it spot on, flavour's excellent, and you don't get leaking at all because it's top airflow.
I don't think I sent you the Solomon 3, did I?
No, you didn't, Mark. No, that's one I'd probably be very interested in.
That's because you upset me. No, you didn't.
I probably did.
No, you never have. You never have.
I just want to say a comment to my wife there. She did say he looks forward to coming home to his beautiful wife.
Even with your beard. I noticed you've still got your beard, Mike.
Yeah, well, I did have a half a shave. We had a little compliment. She still doesn't like it, but
she don't. Oh dear.
MBK Vapor Reviews as well. That's Danny.
Hi Danny.
I watched his show at lunchtime today. I was down the duck pond and having my sandwiches, and Danny comes on live. So
really,
we had a little chat on down there. It was quite good. Good of him. He said he'd shout me out. So thanks for joining me too, mate.
What else have we got in chat? Yeah, I did see your one about the beard. Do you know what I was going to do? I was going to get a fake beard and come on tonight with a fake beard. I thought, I just can't do it.
We've got over that one now. I've forgotten about it. Christ, I wasn't having a very good day, a very good week, in fact. That should have been cancelled, that show. I don't know what came over me. But there you go. It's been and gone. Last week's was all right.
I was actually in one of my places. It was a job where I joined as a car salesman, actually, and I got asked to join the company pension, and I said, no, I won't be here more than 6 months, there's no point. And it was a good pension. They basically, if I put 100 quid in, they matched it. They put in 100 quid as well. I ended up there nearly 10 years. And
really?
Yeah, and I was sales manager in the end, but we were recruiting someone as I think that was for a salesman, and my general manager said, you go through all the CVs, you do the first interviews, select like the last 3, and we'll do them together, or I'll do the last one of your final 3. And we sat in my office, and this guy came up for his interview, and he went, well, he's not getting the job, and he started to walk out of my office. I said, why was that with him? I thought he knew him. He went, he's got a beard. He went, put hair around it, he talked like it. He said, he's not getting the job.
To be honest, when my boss is like that as well.
Is he?
Because any time that I did have a bit of stubble, he was saying, you growing a beard or so? And I'm thinking, well, what's it to you if I am? Do you know what I mean?
That would have what to do with you.
Yeah, even if I'm not on because obviously I work for a firm of financial advisors, so they're basically salesmen. So they are dealing with the public all the time, and I must admit I haven't seen one of them that's not clean shaven.
Right.
But I work in the accounts upstairs in my own room, so I don't see what the problem is. And even so, that's just being ridiculous saying that you can't wear a beard. It's that's what you call discrimination, I think they call it, isn't it?
It is definitely. Joe, you're going to laugh at this. I've just got up to as far as Orion Braces, say hello. In chat, I told you it's me. We'll get down there a bit. A lot of these are just a lot of people talking to other people. Yeah. Oh, Vape Man, yeah, iBottles are good. iBottles.co.uk. Yes, they are good for buying. That was the answer to that plastic.
Oh
bottles.
yeah, the bottles question.
Yeah. And Stuart has put. Oh, let's put it up. Here we go. Stuart has put 10 30ml bottles at £2.79 on eBay. So, they are pretty inexpensive. You want is it LHPE? Is it? Oh, I've probably got that wrong. Or HPE? The squeezy ones, like that. The not the really clear ones. You want is your slightly like yours as well? Yeah, soft and squidgy.
Yeah, I hate them when they're too. This one's a little bit. This one isn't that great.
I don't
actually
like them as much.
No, it's too hard.
Yeah,
you need them a little bit squidgy. I find it really hard to source them. In fact, it is. You have to look around the houses to get them, and because I like the fine tip bottles, and this one I've got here isn't fine enough really because it doesn't fit a lot of your tanks.
Yeah, it is.
So it is
where I bought these. I think these might have come from iBottles, and they're all right. I don't know if I'll put it.
That's a proper fine tip one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty.
So iBottles,
they're good.
Yeah?
iBottles, I think I got them from there. They actually hold more than 30ml. 30ml, where's the bloody camera? Comes up to about there. So you can almost get nearly 40ml in them. Adam Weston asked Mark if he's still got the H Pro Bachelor X. Maybe he'll do a discount. That's probably answering a different question higher above, but yes, I have got it. And I'll give everyone a discount code going in chat now.
I think what he's getting at, because it's one that I haven't got, that he keeps raving about it and I haven't bought it.
Right, I'm with you. But for whatever reason, everyone has now got my discount code of 10% on the site at the bottom of the page.
There you
go. My word, I am miles behind. I just said how far behind I am. I'm sorry if I've missed questions. It's actually been quite busy in chat tonight as well. For me, I know you do your Saturday show, Mike, and it's busier than this, but I don't know how you keep up with question.
Well, I don't. What happens is when you've got four of you talking, you're basically just having a conversation. You are going to miss some of the chat. You can't help it. So hopefully chat will understand that. When you're having talking to someone, because especially when it scrolls down and then you've just missed it.
Yeah.
So apologies for that, but I'm with Mark on that one. I end up missing more than half the comments on my channel.
And you don't want to upset or offend people. And if I see the question, I will do it. I'm scrolling back a mile here now, and I'm sure I've missed loads. So if I have, I'm sorry. But
we don't mean it, guys. It's just when you do this, you don't realise it's so hard to keep your eye on it.
It really, and talk at the same time. You have to
exactly.
And we
can't multitask, can we?
No, blokes can only do one thing at once. We're having to vape, talk, and read, and that's
exactly, and drink. TBD's in the house. Sorry, I'm late. Just flying by to somehow. I think that says shows some big love to Nature Vape and MF Vape. Cheers, TBD. That's one's down the bottom, Mark. I've just gone right down to the bottom.
Have you? Oh, thanks for that, for making me look really bad now. Scroll all the way.
I just scroll up and down just in case people have left as well. Because sometimes they say bye, so I quite like to try and capture say bye.
Right, okay. Okay, well, here's a question. Let's put that one up from... I take it as probably Steve Jones. Hi both. Anything new from SXK you know about? There isn't. Yeah, there is. There's a new dripper that I've got coming. Be here in about 3 or 4 days. I can't even remember what it is, but yeah, I'm sorry. That's an awful answer to that question, but it's a single coil dripper. I think it's called Wicked or something. Is it Wicked?
Oh right, I haven't seen. I haven't looked recently actually. I think that doggy style V2. I think it was YFTK the one I got, but SXK do one of them. They do the version. I think I got the Venom V2 a couple of months ago. That's been out for ages, but it was about $7. So I thought I'll have some of that from Fastit. Loads of them. These single coil Atties from SXK, you can't go wrong really. I haven't really had a duff one.
They are pretty good, aren't they? And Laurie says she's got to sleep now and she has said goodbye. So thanks, Laurie, for tuning in. Take care. It's late in Kenya. But I started. Let's just put it up, and then I'll if it's a question, I've done that. It's just easier sometimes. Put them on the screen.
Yeah.
I started vaping 1.5 milligram, a lot more. Give me more flavour. Then can use 6 milligram or 12 and feel it after a few hits. 1.5. That's really low. I presume that's got to be for direct lung.
Yeah, I went down to about 1. I went down to 1 actually.
Did you?
About. Yeah, it wasn't long after I started vaping, about a year or two after. I did, and I was all right for a bit. But then I suddenly was thinking I need more, so I've gone back up to 3, and I haven't turned back because I do like a bit of nicotine. I actually like it. And it helps with your memory as well. Apparently, I've been reading up on it.
Yeah,
so it's good for you.
Yeah,
especially when you do
help I can get on that.
Well, exactly. When you do an accounting and stuff like that, it helps. So that's my excuse anyway. There's all the misconceptions about nicotine and all that rubbish, saying that it causes cancer, and all it is like any. It is addictive. That's the one thing. It's addictive, but apart from that, there's no actual physical side effects from it, apart from the fact you need to keep having it.
Yeah.
So that's not the bad thing with when you vape. You don't have to put nicotine in it, but if you want it, it's not necessarily a bad thing, in my opinion.
But that's not much different to like caffeine, is it? To be honest.
Well, exactly.
No.
Exactly. I was going to say alcohol, but that one is quite bad for you if you do too much of it. But even that, if you just have a glass of red wine or whatever, you've got to do it in moderation.
Well, that's supposed to be good for you, isn't it? They did a study on that. A glass of red wine a day is good for you, but the bottle isn't, I think.
Thins your arteries or something, doesn't it?
I used to go to the doctor and he said, do you drink? I said, I'll split a bottle with the wife. And what I didn't tell her was I had 3/4 of it. Never mind.
Am I doing any single core reviews? Well, I've got the Bombus that I might do eventually. This is an RTA though. Mark's just reviewed it, so I would check his one out.
Well, I've reviewed it. Vic has just reviewed it. He loved it, and that's what this game's all about. What I essentially don't like that much. Someone else, you might love it. Vic might love it.
Yeah.
You know, it's different opinions, and that's why whatever you buy, I wouldn't just watch me or Mike. I would watch 3 or 4. And
at least.
Yeah, get a more general opinion of that product. A bit
I'll tell you.
Go on.
Sorry, no, I was going to say, I just thought of one single cord RTA that I am getting in. Someone's sending me it. The Advocate CPTF, the top airflow Advocate. I've got the CP RTA. Don't know if you ever saw that one,
no, I didn't.
Mark.
No.
I've got that one coming shortly from China. I can't remember who's sending it to me, but I'm getting that one in. So that's a single core RTA. I'm looking forward to that because I do like a single core RTA.
Well, I think I need to send you the Solomon 3. I think you'll like that. And that's single or dual. Dual core.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark, I'd be over the moon if you send it to me, buddy, and you know I'd
there'll be one the post tomorrow. I got your address, haven't I? Because I sent you the True Tank. So
you should have, buddy.
Yeah,
but, I must admit that is one that I would probably like.
I will send it to you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, much obliged. And no, it's good of you to come on the show. It's nice to have a bit of a variation, and it's always a job to know who to ask and
who's going to be available.
Who's going to be available? Who'll even want to do it?
No, it's been a good crack actually, Mark. I've really enjoyed this. Something a bit fresh, isn't it?
Well, I hope you found it quite relaxing because you haven't had to do the stream or anything tonight, and you can just chill out a bit, can't you?
Yeah, it's been very relaxing, and it's just no pressure at all. It just feels quite nice. Just have a nice little chat.
Yeah, good. So, I think the comments now caught up. I don't think there's much.
Yeah, no one's asking anything now. Bill Phoenix is going. See you later, mate.
Who's going?
Bill Phoenix.
Oh yeah, I did. While you were talking, I said bye, Bill.
Oh, right.
So I did actually see that one. Yeah, I saw that one. So we were talking about watching 2 or 3 reviews. I think you should. Yeah. I did that. I watched 3 reviews on this thing, on the K-Fun, and
they were all good, were they?
Well, they all gush, don't they? All love it. And why is that? Is that because I'm going to say it? Is that because that when K-Fun makes something else, they want the next thing, or is it because they genuinely believe in their heart of hearts that is wonderful?
Yeah, I can comment on other reviews. You know me, I say it how it is.
So do I. I mean, I don't think Umi will probably send me another product. Well, if...
Yeah, well, I've never been sent anything from Umi. But...
I'll probably send it to you now.
To be honest, the build I've got in at the moment, Mark, is actually quite good. But it's still not the best tank I've ever vaped on. No. I don't like the look of it either. So... Which is quite a big thing for me. I like to look at something and think it looks good. So.
Well, it is a big thing, isn't it? I mean, here's the Gear RTA, which I don't think the Gear is any better or worse on the vaping experience, but look at the difference. You've got one quite stylish tank, and even this isn't like Captain Pretty, is it? But it's
the drip tip's a bit naff, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's better than that.
Now the Gear's nice and short and stock. I think the flavour's a lot better out of the Gear, personally.
Yeah. I haven't vaped this for a week, so.
But to be honest, I like the. Have you got the Serpent Elevate by Watofo?
No.
I like that one, and that one is a top airflow.
I have heard that's good. Actually, I've heard that before.
Yeah, that's probably my favourite recorder. So that's why I'm interested to get. That African one, the Solomon, I want to try in single cord as well. Then, what is it? A 24 or a 25 mil?
It's 25.
Right. 20, okay. 20. Is it? What's the you've obviously looked at it, have you?
What, the Solomon?
Yeah,
I've reviewed it. Yeah,
you've reviewed it.
I can't show you my actual Solomon because I gave it to someone because he had a vapor and. he broke it and he went back to smoking. He said, I really need to have a tank again. And I had the Solomon 3 with me in my True Tank, and I said, yeah, you got a mod. You can have mine. But I have got this was the prototype.
Oh, that looks nice.
The actual Solomon isn't quite the same as this, but this is the prototype that they sent me before. It won't fit on here, will it? No.
What, were they asking you to sort of test them out then? Pre-test them, basically?
Yeah, I always get Keys, always send me prototypes before they make the product and ask me to test it and criticise it. And
that's good. Yeah.
Come back to them. I've got 2 companies that do that. EH Pro's one, and Keys is the other. And
right. I could ask you a question here and get you to say some information. EH Pro, don't they make the?
I couldn't possibly mention the Kelpie.
What I was going to say. Have you been trying out the prototypes of that then? Yeah.
I haven't had a prototype of the Kelpie, but I don't think it's far away. That's all I'll say.
Fair enough. Now I'm waiting with bated breath for that one.
No, I haven't vaped this for a couple of weeks. It's been laying on its side, but it's been laying on its side, and obviously it hasn't leaked because it's top airflow. That's that Solomon.
Right, that's top airflow as well.
Yeah, top airflow. I wonder if I can show you the deck. It's changed slightly, but
yeah, I've never had a Solomon.
Oh, the first Solomon was fantastic. I loved it, and I ordered, I think it was 100, and sold them all, and wanted more.
Yeah.
And Keys fell out with with the manufacturer that produced it for them, and they couldn't sell me any more. And I actually went on GearBest and wiped them out as well. I thought, well, I'll just wipe out GearBest.
Seriously, fair enough.
So no one had any, but bar me for a long while. But
that's a good way of doing it, mate.
But I knew they couldn't get any more, so I just thought I'd have them. I don't know if you can see that, but that's like
it's got that chamber on it, isn't it?
Yeah, you put the top cover on.
So the airflow's coming through all of that then? It
goes through that tea strainer.
God, that looks interesting, because you've got like a slot there and some holes, haven't you?
Yeah, and I'm trying to get this right on the camera. It's not. But what you have to do when you wick it, you have to fill that whole square. If you don't fill it, it will be horrible. But it's...
Well, it will flood the deck out, I presume.
Yeah, well, it will just be a bit spitty. But if you fill that square, I mean, obviously, I don't know. How do you feel about this? I try not to watch anyone else's review until I've done mine.
Yeah, I must admit, I do usually. I must admit, the Bombers, though, I have watched I watched Vic's the other day because I was like... I was just interested because I'd had it a couple of weeks and I'd spoken to you about it. Like, if you get to the stage where you seriously aren't getting flavour, I think it's a good idea as a reviewer to see if there are any tips you can pick up. But I would always not watch anyone's as a rule, just so you can give your own opinion.
Yeah.
I bought the Bombus anyway, so it's up to me whether I review it or not. So.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I think that's up to me anyway. You know, even if I've been given it, it doesn't mean to say I have to sing its praises. The Vape Man has said, I'm always honest when I review blog. If it's crap, I will say, well done, Vape Man, and I think there should be more people like you.
Oh, definitely, for sure. Like I say, I probably will do the Bombus, to be honest. I just didn't want to give it a crap review if I was doing something inherently wrong. Do you know what I mean?
I think as long as you've explored all the avenues and you're happy that you've done it to the best of your ability, and it's still not right, then I think
fair
you
enough.
owe it to your subscribers to review it and tell them your experience.
Yeah, I will do.
I did the Tesla. Do you remember the Tesla all-in-one with that Biro spring coil?
I don't think I ever saw that one, Mark.
Didn't you?
No.
I did a review on that, and I said how bad it was, and I criticised it in every point that was wrong about it, but not in a... I only criticised what was fair to be criticised. I wasn't, trying to be big or clever.
No.
Tesla sent me a Skype message. We've seen your review. Blocked me, and they never sent me anything since.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? Because a lot of the stuff I have received free, I have been honest with it. There's a lot of things which I haven't particularly bigged up as well, and you have to be. You've got to be 100% genuine. When I do the bombers, even if I'm getting cracking flavour, I will be telling them that it's an absolute bitch to wick, because and to get the right core position. Which I would say that to anyone who gets an RCA anyway. You've got to do trial and error. You're not going to just get it straight out of the
not every
box.
time either. Some you get pretty right straight away, but some do need persevering with, don't they?
And the more experience you have, the more you can just look at it. Yeah. And that's the thing that bugged me with the bomber. So I thought, I know how to do that, and it wasn't giving me what I thought it should be given.
We've got Steve Jones again. Mark, have you noticed a rising custom with people learning how vaping is safer than smoking? Yeah, well, it's been steady for me. I think it's more, from my personal point of view, the website. It depends what product I've got at any one time. And sometimes I've been fortunate enough to get products before anyone else, and then my site is really busy. But then it just peters off into normal business. So I think that depends what's on the market at any one time, but reading between the lines with your question, vaping is a lot more popular. I mean, I remember when I first was vaping, people looked at me like I had two heads, like, what's he doing? You know,
well, you still get it, don't you, from older people and that sometimes. I know.
What is that?
They go like this.
Sucking on a torch, the idiot.
Yeah. Especially with this thing.
And James Khan. Hi, James. I didn't say hello to you. I didn't see you in chat earlier if you were.
Hi, James.
Mark, you're going to be stocking the crossbow for the bullet box. The crossbow I bought, James, had a bit of a problem, and it didn't fit the bullet box, and I had to sand or file a bit off the bottom to get it to fit. And while that's the case, no, I won't be stocking it, because I can't expect my customers to get their files out. But when and if they make a correct version, and I'm talking about styled version now, obviously not the genuine one, then that might change. But that, I guess, is the answer to it.
Right, Twisted has said night. Cheers, Mike.
Good night, Mike. Take care.
See you
Thanks
later,
for tuning in. He's got a broken toe, He did break his toe. He's got it in cast now.
Oh, what? What, his big toe?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, dear.
He got it trapped in a door or something.
Ouch.
Yeah.
God. So you won't be able to wear shoes or anything properly?
No. Orion's braces. Take care, chat. Orion's off, I think. He said thanks for the show.
Cheers, Orion. See you later, buddy.
Well, I don't think I'm qualified to answer this question. It's Rage Man TV. Nature Vape, what is the best I think you mean Voopoo, Drag 2 or Joytech Ego all in one? I have Joytech products I can't stock. Well, I can, that's a lie. I can if I buy them from Totally Wicked and restock them, but I can't buy them from China and stock them, so I don't tend to. And Voopoo, we've discussed. I don't really like promoting Voopoo as a company because I don't like their advertising techniques.
No.
So, and it's got nothing to do with what happened with Tony B and the Pulse, because I thought that was 50-50.
Yeah, well, Vandy Vape, I'm not a avid fan of myself anyway, so I wouldn't,
I saw that as a 50-50 blame, where were the contracts, blah, blah, blah. But I did watch that video of the bloke with a helium or whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought, no, that's not the way forward.
They a few months ago, actually, they were asking for someone to review something or other. This was before, I think it was after the Tony B, but before that other incident. And I just emailed them and said, what you got then? Because I think it might have been the tank, and I actually quite like the look of it.
Right.
And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to I'll review it for them. Because I thought Yes, I didn't. I was like you. I don't like Bandy Vape. So to me, I thought, well, fuck it. They're probably just as bad as each other, these companies anyway. It's all business at the end of the day. So I thought I'd let that one lie. But when it came round to it, they said they wanted it up like instantly. In fact, they said they didn't even care if I reviewed it. They just wanted me to plaster it all over social media. They wanted me to put this up there, this up there. And I said, but I ain't doing that. I'm an independent reviewer, and I'll review it how I see fit.
I was going to say, do they pay your wages?
In the end, I just said, no, sorry, you're going to have to find someone else, because it was just aggressive marketing they wanted. And that's not what my channel's all about. So, I don't go out of my way to do VooPoo. And after that other incident, which they seem to have just let go by with
glossed over.
I don't even know if they did a public apology or anything, did they? So,
no, I don't think. Not that I saw anyway. But the reason I started my YouTube channel was, in the early days, the instructions on these things were so bad.
Yeah.
And I get so many emails of people that bought them and said, this is rubbish, and it leaks, and this, that, and I thought, I'm just going to do a video and email it to people or something to show them how to use it. I thought, why don't I just do it on YouTube and put it on the site? And
I was wondering why you did start, and it does make sense. Obviously, if you're a shop owner, why not be a reviewer as well? Because you are pretty honest with your reviews anyway, like you've said. So, it's definitely I can totally understand why you.
That was why, basically, and I'll be honest with you. The first time I turned the camera on, I was like,
yeah, exactly. I remember my first one. It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, and I thought, oh god, did I have a bogey hanging over my nose or anything?
Yeah, you're so self-conscious at first.
You really
it takes
are,
a while as well. Other people might take a bit less time, but I started doing it because I was buying lots of stuff. Because once you get the bug, like for anyone who's new to vaping, you'll soon start finding you end up spending more on vape gear than you do on cigarettes. But it's enjoyable, and you build up a nice collection. You're getting different flavour profiles and just different vape experiences from stuff. So I was getting a lot of stuff in, and then I watched a lot of reviews, obviously, as well, because like we alluded to earlier, it's a good idea to watch at least 2 or 3 for the same product.
Yeah.
So, my stepson basically said, why don't you do some reviews? And I hadn't really thought about it. And then I thought, I've sod it, I will do. So I did the Reload Styly RTA. I used my camera phone, a shaving mirror, put an elastic band around it. That was my tripod for the down nose section. And I can't remember how I did the up top, but you just find a way if you haven't got anything. And it was a crap video. I look at it, I really did a botch job on the coiling and everything as well. It took me like ages, because when you're doing it for the first time, you don't know how to edit either, do you?
No. I mean, I never, even now, I don't really edit mine. I leave all the mistakes in.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm tending to do that a bit more these days, but I was a little bit, I used to be a little bit more conscious. But the trouble is, though, Mark, I don't like them being too long, the videos, because I don't know about you, but my analytics show that only about 6 or 7 minutes is actually watched of a 20 or 25 minute video. Yeah, if you look at the average viewing, because obviously people sometimes just clicking it, they'll go off, or they might just watch a particular section. Or
they might just want to see the build and then go off.
Yeah, they want to see the build deck even, because I've got mates that don't like watching reviews. They just want to see that. So that does distort your analytics. But then I'm thinking, well, are they actually just not wanting to watch it all anyway? So I am trying to trim them down to a little bit more of a watchable time.
But I don't like jump cuts. I mean, like Rip Trippers is jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, and it's all bullet points all the time, and that's not my style. And I do see some UK reviewers try and be like a USA reviewer, and it just doesn't work, because we are not Americans. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work, does it? It really
I got told the other day on a comment, Mark, I fucking deleted him as well. He said, why don't you speed up your videos to 1.5 or 1.25? I said, why is that, mate? He goes, because you talk a bit slow and you pause a lot. And I just said, fuck you, and then blocked him from the channel. So, whereas before I would have responded to, gotten got all uptight about it, but I just thought, you cheeky little bastard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is the thing. A lot of us are like this. A lot of people say I'm boring to watch, but I do get a lot of fans as well. So I must be doing something.
I've been told
right.
that, but in a nice way. They say I'd love to watch your videos, especially if I'm struggling to sleep.
Yeah.
But
whereas American reviewers, they all do it jump cut after jump. I've got jump cuts in my video where if I've cut something out for one reason or another.
Yeah.
I have got them in there, or I put a fade on there or whatever. So I don't like to see them, but now I'm just thinking, oh, sod it, I'll leave a little jump cut in there. But there's generally only one or two in the whole video, and that's just for editing purposes. But like you say, they cut out every little breath, and it's just like they get it to about 7 minutes long, don't they?
Who's to say we're right or wrong? I don't know.
No.
Stuart has put a question in. Aquamaster, not a bad tank, wick it right, and it'll be fine. There's a strange piston setup, and it's an okay tank. I love all the Futoon stuff. He's quirky, and I just get on well with his tanks, and the Aquamaster was no exception for me. I did like that.
Yeah, for TVP fans, F off, Mike. I can't say it on your channel. I'll let you read it.
well, I have noticed a couple of little F's slip out there, Mike, but, you know...
Did I? Apologies for that,
You've been pretty well behaved, so
yeah.
Very well behaved.
Whatever, Mark. I get a few people that I think watched most of the video anyway. But it's just all about a learning process. Is whatever suits you and your channel, isn't it? So they get it down to about 5 minutes long, and I'm thinking, how are you getting the whole picture across in that time? I don't think you're getting a proper review out if you're managing to fit it.
I leave my mistakes in because I always say that if I make that mistake, one of my customers who's bought it can make the very same mistake.
Oh, yeah.
And see how to get himself out of that mistake. So, I mean, I must admit, I left one in which I shouldn't the other week. I had the tank, and I can't remember, I think it might have been the Solomon, and I had it on my pulse, and I was pulsing away, and I dry burnt the coil. Yeah. Everything was good, and I went to wicket. No, that's right. I put a screwdriver through it because there's a little hot spot inside, and I pulsed the coil again with a screwdriver.
Yeah, shorted it right out, and it's split in half.
Oh, that's my own stupid fault for leaving the switch on, but
yeah, but something like that, that's just. It could be funny for a blooper, but it's not a really good idea.
No,
to show
I shouldn't have. Well, saying that, I left it on because, again, it was a mistake. It was a stupid mistake and could have been quite a dangerous mistake, I suppose. But, I left it in. But
at least it shows someone, don't do this.
Yeah, exactly right. This is what you don't do. Paul Winstanley, Mike, what's your favourite squonker? Dual battery that's on the market at the moment. Well, I think we've already mentioned that, haven't we?
I think so, yeah. To be honest, I haven't picked up another one since I've got the topside dual.
It's topside dual, I think.
It's top fill-in, which means it's a lot easier to use than most other ones. Although I have got a filler bottle, which I use on my Rage and Basium.
Yeah.
But there's still, it means you've got to take the RDA off first and fucking about, isn't it? Sorry, I'm saying it again. It's because TVP's come in the chat.
See, he's brainwashed you. He's going, do.
Apologies, Mark. You need to get a bleeper on there now.
Bleeper. I'm going to fine you £1 and send it to charity.
There'll probably be about 50 quid in the end of the show.
Where are we? Kieran has put in, I have a jump cut now and again when my northern speech goes too fast. Actually, yeah, Kieran, he does speak quite quickly at times, doesn't he?
I don't know, does he? Well, I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah, he can speak quite quickly. I think he said something to me like, what is it when I go on a show? I keep playing the lip or something. He's like... We all got our quirks, haven't we?
Even in Vaping Dragon. That's Steve. Can't remember his surname now. Platts, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've got a friend request tonight, which I've flagged. So to one, not for a bad reason, for a good reason. So I'll remember to do it later on.
What's up? Pudpuffs is in there as well.
Yeah, Pudpuffs was on last week as well. That's good. Merc.
Good to see you guys.
has put, Mark, I'll put the kettle on and have a chocky bicky for your reviews. So, yeah. See, it's like it'll probably make that hot chocolate as I get more and more laid back. I'm not reading your comments out, Mark. They're all rude. Vape and Dragon. Good evening. Good evening to you too.
Sorry, Steve, I had a bit of a brain fart there where I forget people's names because they've got different names on their YouTube profiles. I'm like, who's this? And then I've
got two names, haven't they? Everyone.
Yeah, I can never remember. And then I'm on Facebook and they go, oh, I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, you what? You're him. And I never knew. And I've been, in talking to them before.
And normally you can get them like your MF Vape. So I think, yeah, that's Mike.
I tend to put on everything. So.
But was it MBK? Is Danny, isn't he?
Danny.
Yeah.
How'd you put that together?
Yeah, that one always gets me. But
God.
Yeah, Pud puffs. I often have to jump cut when I forget to use Scottish dialect. Scottish dialect. No one had a clue what I was saying. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to put this one on the screen. This is from your lovely wife. I never used to swear till I met Mike.
Well, that's a load of rubbish, not from what I've heard. The trouble is, in the office you can't really. I'm always getting told off for swearing. I used to do manual work, removals and shop deliveries, and when you're with a load of blokes, it's literally you're just talking like that all the time, and it just tends to come out. I don't even know I'm doing it half the time. So I really do apologise, Mark, because you did warn me not to try and hold them back last week. So I have limited them a little bit, but if they come out, it is.
I think you've done very well. I watch you regularly on a Saturday night, so I think you've done very, very well. Now, do you reckon I can get TVP on here and get him not to swear all through a show as well, or not? Do you think that would just be
I reckon he'd love to, mate, because he was a bit butthurt that you got me on the other day when I last spoke to him.
Well, I'm sure he wasn't really, because I've known Mark a fair while.
I know, he was only joking.
Yeah, no, he's more than welcome to come on the show.
It'd be good to see you. It's good. I like the one-to-one aspect of it. It's quite refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, it works for me. I think more as like a two people show. I haven't done it to get massive numbers or anything like that. It's just I'm hoping to do it once a week. Where I've got time, I will do it. And normally Tuesday nights are probably my best night for doing this because it's for one reason or another. Emails. Mondays are just I'm destroyed on a Monday night. It's just from the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Mondays are a non-day for me as well.
Yeah, it's horrendous, isn't it? But
Tuesday's back into the swing again, isn't it?
Unfortunately, I have, because we used to have the vape rattle and roll. I do go over Jules now on a Tuesday, but I look at it this way: I get 100, 200 views or something. She gets her 100, 200 views. The population of the UK is how many?
70 million, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Now. So
it is hard not to do it over someone else's at the moment, because I did notice that early, because normally I would go into Jules and say hello as well, but there's not enough slots in the week not to go over someone's show, to be honest.
You're going to go over someone, so I think people that probably want to watch Jules don't want to watch me, and vice versa, perhaps. And there's a few like yourself that will perhaps jump from show to show. So.
Some people just go from one to the other, or have one on their phone and they've got one on each.
Or watch one and catch up with the other one. Like I always watch. You probably don't think I watch your show on a Saturday night regularly. I watch it every week, but I watch it on a Sunday.
If it's there
in my workshop. No, I do while I'm making coils, and
I haven't deleted it.
No. Oh yeah, if you haven't deleted it, yeah, you did delete the last or the one.
I have deleted a couple. In fact, ABC was taking the mick earlier, saying that it was nice to see a show left up that hadn't been deleted. But, yeah, we have had 2 or 3 on the Saturday night, but hopefully it'll be all right from now on. I've taken the chill pills. So.
I'll put Mark's comment up. He's put any time, Mark. Thanks, Mark. And yeah, definitely we'll do it one day, 100%. a bit like you, Mike. You know, Mark and I have got each other's numbers. We can soon make contact, so it's not a problem.
No, it'd be good. It's good to see Mark one-on-one with people. He was on Lethal's the other week as well, and that was a good show.
Oh, was he? Yeah.
Yeah. So, you'll get a few more viewers then as well, mate. So.
Yeah, but perhaps I'll just hand the control to him so he can deal with chat, and I can do what you do.
I must admit, it is refreshing not to... There is an element of responsibility in there when you are actually casting.
Yeah.
Especially if you get technical hitches. That's probably why I'm a little bit more relaxed tonight, because it is just like, it's all working properly. We're not having any internet cutouts or anything. I had a power cut the other week. What show was I on? I think I was on, I was with Lethal on his show actually.
Right.
And, literally the trip switch went. Everything went off apart from my laptop. But the internet goes because that's connected to the mains, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was talking. I looked at the playback and he was talking for about a minute afterwards. So I'd gone really dark, but you could still sort of see me from the laptop light. And he didn't realise I'd stopped talking for about a minute. He was talking to himself, and it was so funny.
I've got a question here from Stephen Hillier. Let's put that on the screen. I didn't put it on the screen, so let's hit that button again. Mark, have you got any plans on selling an 18650 E-pipe on your Nature Vape site? I would love to. I had the Smock one sent as a sample, but I didn't ever stock it. This was years ago.
The Guardian. Is it the Guardian?
Yeah, the one after the Guardian. The Guardian was an 18350. I had them as well. That was at a time when I actually lost a lot of them, because I don't know if you knew, I had a lot of problems on the site at one point. I didn't realise until it was too late. I had someone who was buying stuff off my site and getting it posted here, there and everywhere, and basically it was credit card fraud. So he'd nicked the credit cards.
Really?
Yeah, and I also didn't realise, I used PayPal as a merchant. If I haven't got the correct filters in, it's not even the correct filters, there are certain payments that are eligible for payment that they cannot take back. And there are other payments where if there's an address mismatch or something like that, it says not eligible, and they can then come back and take all those payments back. Well, I lost nearly $5,000 on.
Bloody hell, really?
Yes, yeah, and that one hit hard. That I almost called it a day. Then
I'm not surprised, man.
And that basically
no insurance you can have against that.
No, that came out of my personal pocket to go back into the funds, but it was horrible, and it left me with a horrible taste in my mouth. You know, it really did. I was sending all this stuff out in good faith, and those Smart Guardian pipes have just reminded me of that, because I think we sold about 30. They must have liked them, because there was about 30 of them went out. But anyway, that was the 18351. But to answer this question, if there was a good 18650 E-pipe, and I would stock it, but I don't know of one. Well, I do, that's a lie, but they're in 200 quid, 300 quid.
Do they do ones with RTAs though? Because that's what's put me off. They're usually just like a bespoke tank that comes.
No. They do them with RTAs. I've actually got one downstairs.
Oh, I'd like to go on one of those.
Yeah.
The old, you've seen those bulbous ones, the really big ones you can
get. The old Sherlock Holmes one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's I can't think of the maker, but there is one which is gorgeous, but it is so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I've probably seen them on a Biker or something a year or so ago. I think he had one.
Yeah. Where are we? Here we are again. Mark, the industry... Oh, this is from Merck, sorry. The industry moves so fast, you need this type of interaction. 0-day news and views. 0-day news and view. What's that mean?
I don't know.
But this industry does move fast, and I don't think there was, in the early days, there wasn't much regulation either, was there? So
no, well, there wasn't at all,
it was a bit of a loose cannon type thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
People were bringing out whatever they wanted to bring out, and some was good, some wasn't.
When is the Bombus review up? It's not up yet because I haven't finished recording, but Mark's done the review already, so you can watch his one.
Yeah,
but I do endeavour to get one up. Yeah, I will do. It's like I say, I'm going to tell you my experiences from it. It might not be all great. In fact, it's not going to be all great what I say about it.
I think yours is going to be as complimentary as mine, isn't it?
To be honest, I've already said it on chats to people. If I had the choice, I wouldn't go out and buy it. It's too much hassle for me. I just think there are better RTAs out there. But I'm not saying it's crap. Just for me personally, I think it's too much hassle to get the flavour that you want. But I'm not. I shouldn't be saying that, Mark, because you probably stock them, do you? But
no, I'm not. I did say on my review that I'm not stuck. Where's that other one? I had the other one somewhere. The Umia.
Have you got the Wasp RTA?
Yeah, and that's.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the one I wanted. But
that is so much nicer than this Bombus.
Well, you can tell that it's going to be as well. Looking at it,
that will be a good review. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this Bombus thing is just bombastically bad.
And it looks rubbish as well. So there you go, guys. There's my review.
If it looks bad, it is bad.
But it does give pretty decent flavour if you can if you can give it the tender love and care and the time and the dedication to find the right core position and get the wicking correct.
And Bradley has put, I have to re-wick my True Tank every day. Is that due to using 50-50 juice? It's my first mouth to lung tank. Normally use an RDA 80-20 and get about 2 to 3 days before re-wicking. I think every day is a bit too. I think you've probably got too much wick in there, to be honest.
I was going to say, my Saver RTA, I can go over a week and a half. It still doesn't need wicking.
Yeah, I can. The reason, or the way you would know that, Bradley, is when you vape your True Tank, when you press your button, have your vape, you let go, if that's still, put it to your ear, if that's still running, like a little high-pitched noise, that means that your wick hasn't got enough juice on it, and there's too much wick in there. So if that is the case, re-wick it with a bit less wick.
Cotton, yeah.
Yeah, a bit less cotton. So hopefully we've answered it.
Another response to that, though, Mark, is if you've got a sweet juice, it will gunk up your cores a lot quicker.
Will. Yeah.
The juice I make my own, and I know that it's just basically got blackcurrant or raspberry in it with VG and a little bit of PG. So it's when you get these pre-mixed juices, sometimes they might put some sweetener or something in it, which tends to make your cores go like brown very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just it depends what you're vaping on as well.
This, to be honest, this K-Fun, the wick goes really brown really quick.
Does it? Even on your own juice? Though?
Yeah. This has got a tobacco-y juice in this one, but I can go a week with this one, and when I take the wick out, it is brown. But this is like because it's new. You look at it every day, don't you? And and that's the other thing. If it tastes good, it doesn't really matter that it's gone brown, because some liquids do discolour it. Yeah, they do.
Instantly, don't they?
Yeah.
I've had them go purple or something. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
I'll put Mark's comment on the screen, TVP. I feel a proper twat vaping a pipe. But I think it would suit him, don't you? Has he grown his beard back? Has he grown his beard back? He is, isn't he?
I think he had a partial bit of bum fluff the last time I took.
I thought he had
only joking, Mark.
Well, a decent Dyson hairdryer would blow that off, wouldn't it? No, I'm sure he's growing it back. Oh, you got a new pair of slippers, Mike?
Who's saying that? I have got a new pair of slippers as well.
It's your wife, Lisa. One of those will go with your new slippers, love. Yes, I think she's talking about your pipe.
Pipe and slippers, yeah.
You look quite worried then when I knew that you had new slippers. Right, there's a question for both of us from Mark S. Do any of you know if OBS are going to be releasing a new tank anytime soon? You've just reviewed the dripper, haven't you? OBS dripper?
Yeah, OBS Cheetah 3. I must admit, I wish I still had it on the top side. It's really good, the flavour I'm getting out of that for a dual core, because it's not much bigger than this. It's pretty much the same size as my Supersonic, and it fits 2 cores in there. So, and it's got that. Have you seen it, Mark? But the top, it's got like a T-bar on the top.
Yeah, I've got one.
Do you like it? Or?
It's me and OBS. They looked after me really well in the start, but they're yet another one of these companies that, as they've grown and got bigger, they've cast aside people like me. And I don't want anyone to get the violins out here, but that really annoys me. I look after everybody. I don't forget who's helped me, and they seem to have done. So I just thought, you crack on. Your tanks aren't that special. There's plenty more out there. So I've been a bit, what's the word, uppity with them, but
that's fair enough, Mark. You have your reasons, don't you? To be honest, most of my RDAs and RTAs I buy myself anyway, so I bought that. And I got it for a good price. I know I say I buy things from China, but when you're a reviewer, you've got to try and save some money. So
well, you could always ask me if I've got them, and I'll always, I'll give you I never mind with reviewers, even if I cover my costs, because I'm quite happy to do that. But I can't give everyone.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean, Mark. I'm not. I wouldn't expect you to either. That's why I haven't really hassled you for anything. I tend to just, if I see something I like, I think that's a decent price. But now you've said that, I will try and remember. If you can do it to me for like a little bit cheaper, I'll be more than happy to buy it.
Just get in touch, and I do that, with a few people, and as long as I cover my costs with things, I don't mind. But I mean, equally, if I'm given samples, Keys used to give me about 8 or 10, but this last time they gave me 3, and I sent one to Mark, Vic, Dean, and Chris. I thought, and that's a show of 4 people. I thought, how can I not send all 4 one?
Yeah,
it just. I just imagine the show. Oh, I didn't get one. Oh, yeah, I'll be yours next one. So, I sent I sort of subbed 1 and sent the other 3 to them. But anyway.
Oh, so you haven't got one then, mate? You said you were going to sort me one out.
I'm going to send you one. I told you that.
Yeah, but you haven't got any left though, have you?
I've got them in stock. I just meant 3 ones that Keys have sent.
Oh, right.
The one to you will be a present to say thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. But yeah, that's one of my favourite RDAs anyway, that OBS one, because it squonks it right onto the coils. That's what I like. You make sure it's like dripping for me, because you're getting it on top of the coil as well. It's not coming from underneath. So I just think it's an awesome flavour, one that I've just reviewed on the channel if anyone wants to check it out. And I know it's OBS, and it he had beef with them before.
I haven't had beef. It's not, and I've got nothing against OBS, and their products are good. I just thought, when you get looked after, when they're a new company and they approach me and they say, will I be their stockist? And I'm on their website as a UK official stockist, and then as they get bigger, they don't even send me a sample of their new product.
It's piss take, isn't it?
I just thought, crack on. I shouldn't have to be buying one from a distributor.
Totally, Mark. I totally get where you're coming from.
To see what it's like. So, it just upset me. And part of that wasn't actually OBS. It was partly the guy that I dealt with, I think, left. So, and that happens as well. So it's not always the company. The individual will leave, and his replacement hasn't got a clue Nature Vape is in this little England country.
That's the trouble, isn't it? New staff and that.
Yeah. Shane Gibson, we touched on this earlier. It sounds like a fallout with the world, doesn't it? Mark, are you getting the Tesla stealth kits back in stock? Tesla don't make those little stealth kits anymore. They're been and gone. But I like Tesla stuff. I think it's good gear. But at the minute, no plans to, Shane. What is the time? Good God.
I
thought we'd come on for about an hour. We've had nearly 2 hours. So it's 10:20, Mike. Shall we wrap
we'll
us up at half past.
Soon. Yeah.
Another 10 minutes.
Yeah, another 10 because the missus will want to get to bed because I've ransacked the bedroom tonight. So.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, doesn't time fly when you're having fun, eh, Mark?
It does. I can't believe it with these shows. The time does just go. But if you think, I don't know, like we had a little chat on Skype or whatever, and you think, we've been on here half an hour. Like on Saturday.
Yeah, I know. We missed the first half.
We missed the first bit of the rugby. I wish I'd have missed it all now. But
yeah, exactly. That's what happens on a Saturday night, though. It's like the other night. I had to call it off after 3 hours because otherwise you end up going on till 3 a.m. It's like people are like, how can you do it? But when you are just having a couple of beers, having a little chat with, it's quite easy to do, isn't it? You just lose track of it.
It is. Yeah, it is. James has put a question. Or not so much a question, more of a statement. Had a Limelight 18500 purple orchid pipe, lovely with a K-Fun 5 on it.
Ooh.
I had a Limelight pipe as well, but that was a little 18350 one, which was, I've just been bought a cup of tea. You're welcome. Thank you, Tina.
Waitress service, I like it.
Yeah, I've even got little notes on there. Look.
Got some biscuits as well.
Hot chocolate. Yeah, it was an 18350 mech pipe that I had, a little wooden one.
What an all-in-one job is it?
This was a little. Next show, I'll bring it up. It's in a drawer downstairs. But it was a little mech pipe, like a little wooden bowl, 18350 dropped in the top. Where the tobacco would normally have been, with a lid and a button. And then a little offshoot, about like that. And I used to use it for my K-Fun Mini, the 2.1, was it? Version 2.1.
Oh, right. What, 510 connector on it then, is it?
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of ones I've looked at haven't got 510 connectors.
Yeah, no, it's a 510 connector. And I love that little thing. And I maintain to this day that the K-Fun wise, I love that little 2.1. That was a cracking little tank. But again, it wasn't consistent. You could fill it up, take it out with you, and you think, life don't get any better than this. This tastes gorgeous. And then you fill it up again, and it would leak and gurgle. What has just made this difference? I've filled it up. That's all I've done.
So you're getting deja vu with that light one you've got there then? Because someone was just asking what is the K-Fun? What's it called? The light.
This one's the K-Fun Light 2019. It is just out, and at the minute it's vaping nicely.
There you go. Stephen Hillier was asking.
Stephen Hillier, what's your opinion of the new K-Fun Light? So let's get rid of James's comment and put that up there. Stephen, here we go. Your opinion. I did say you probably missed it earlier in the show, Steve, and I was maybe a little bit more outspoken about it than I wanted to be. And at the end of the show, it's quite near the start of this show, so if you want to see what I said, have a look at that. But I basically said that I watched the reviews and watched everyone gush over this thing, and I don't actually think it's that special. At the minute it's vaping well, it's not consistent, it's bottom fill, which I think in 2019 is a bit ridiculous to have a bottom fill, and not only is it a bottom fill, I can't undo the thing without putting nitrile gloves on to get a really good grip. You have to hold this metal band here, because otherwise you'll take apart the tank.
Yeah.
And
God, I hate it when they do that.
Grip this at the same time, and I cannot undo that tank.
There's no knurling on there, is there? So.
No, and I hadn't done it up hard either. I barely did it, so I thought I'll be able to do it next time, and I couldn't. So it's far, in my opinion, far from perfect. And if you want to spend your 80 quid, crack on. But that's your choice. As I said enough. I think I've said enough. I'll be getting K-Fun on the phone tomorrow.
Well, it's all right. That's what you're there for, man, isn't it?
I saw these reviews gushing about it. I thought, I've got to try one, and I was really excited about it, and I ordered it on the Friday, it arrived on the Saturday, and I couldn't wait to put a coil in, and
it's like everything that was right about it, they've messed up then.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. And there are going to be people probably shouting at me right now, like I've got one, and if anyone's got one in chat, come up and tell me.
You might have a dodgy one that has got a stiff base. That's the trouble. You don't know, do you?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
That's because I've had that before. You remember the Kailin V1? My chimney kept getting stuck on, and it basically would end up undoing the glass, and you get juice everywhere because it got stuck onto the base. And I had real issues. I had to use mole grips to get it undone. And in the end, I ended up butchering it, trying to use it basically. So I sent them a video, and they declined to replace it. They said there's nothing wrong with it. So it does happen. I hate tanks where that happens, and it's those ones where, because like with the Kailin V2, you haven't got that problem because you've just got glass going onto the base and in the chimney instead. Yeah. And I think they work a lot better. But when you've got the metal going onto metal, the base onto, it just creates too much. It just makes it too stiff to be able to undo sometimes. It's like the O-ring isn't doing its job, is it?
No, that's right. Well, there aren't the O-rings in this either. Well, there are in the base.
Well, there you go then.
There's no O-rings in this.
Between the base and that?
No, there's O-rings in the base, but there are none between the Ultim plastic bit and the top stainless steel and the bottom stainless steel.
Seriously? There isn't?
Honestly, no.
Bloody hell.
And there isn't supposed to be, because I thought, that's odd.
Yeah.
And maybe it doesn't need it. I mean, they're better engineers than me.
Yeah, exactly. Good tolerances, I suppose. But that base would drive me nuts because I've got a dodgy wrist, and you end up like hurting your wrist by trying to do it.
I went out today, but I didn't dare just take this. I mean, I'm happy to just take me and I used to take 2 mods everywhere I went because I was petrified one would go wrong.
Yeah.
But I've got beyond that now, and I just take one out. But I didn't dare with this one today because.
Well, you've got to take the base off to fill it then. That's the worst thing about it. It's not like you can just wait until you re-wick it. That would drive me insane if it was that hard to do.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that at traffic lights in the car, I'll tell you. One eye on the road, one eye on the tank.
Put your elbow through the window trying to do it.
There's a couple of questions here. What's this one? We haven't had a question from Rainwalker before, so we'll put his up. Do all Fruity Pebble vapes have a lemon flavour mostly? Fruity Pebble vape? I don't know. Have you heard of Fruity Pebble vapes?
No, mate.
I haven't. I'm sorry, Rainwalker. I don't know what you mean exactly with that. No, I'm sorry. I can't.
No, I've never heard of it, I'm afraid. Ian Morgan, Mike, are you going to get the Reload S? I would like the Reload S, but that's another one that's a bit pricey. Have you seen that one, Mark? It's like the Recurve, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't got it, but
it's one of those ones which isn't. It's probably quite hard to get hold of. I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I would like it though, but I think it's £60 or £70, and it's out of my price range really. I don't like spending that much money on a tank. So
I've got a few tanks sitting downstairs which I meant to bring up tonight, and so this is what I'm going to be doing soon on reviews, but I've forgotten them. I left them downstairs, so I'll save that for next week. And Mark, TVP is still on the Keys version 3. It's superb. So there you go. He's got you gagging over that now, hasn't he, Mike?
Well, the Solomon.
Solomon.
I am.
Yeah.
I like the fact that's top airflow as well. I didn't realise that. So it doesn't leak either then.
It's a good flavour. And Mark's the same as me. We've always said that top airflow, you don't get the flavour, but with this you actually do.
Yeah.
I've always said top airflow, you'll never get the flavour you get like out of a bottom airflow, but this is very good on flavour.
The thing is now though, Mark, the top airflow isn't really top airflow, is it? Because it's sort of working its way down to the bottom and then underneath the coils or to the side of the coil. So it works a hell of a lot better than it used to. So,
and Jay Jerry put his question up there.
Right, TVP's going, man. So see you later, Mark. Cheers, brother.
What's Mark off? Cheerio, Mark.
Get going, yeah.
Will you or Mike review the Zeus X?
Will I? Or you?
That's the Geek Vape, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't got it yet. I saw it the other day and I thought, shall I or shan't I? And I didn't push the button. I've got the Zeus Dual and I really like that though. And I was thinking, yeah, I might do.
Geek Vape is a company I haven't really dealt with much, and perhaps I should. And same as Modus as well, I should deal more with them, I think, I haven't dealt with them at all, so it wouldn't be hard to deal with them more, would it? But I think they do some really good products, and
they're cheap as well. They're affordable, I should say. A Geek Vape. So I don't know. I found with the Zeus Dual that was a little bit finicky to wick as well. When you got it spot on, it was great. So I don't know. The Solomon looks like it's just as good though, doesn't it? That's the same sort of thing. So
Unicron's Hole has put, when is the FP version 3 coming out? Mark, but never. It's Mark will relate to this, and I think he's gone now, hasn't he? But getting a tank designed, built, and made, and distributed, and marketed, and everything else, I'm not going to lie, my eyes were black underneath. 4 o'clock mornings talking to Chinese, sometimes 5 o'clock, and it's stress. It's massive stress, and obviously when it comes out, you're then open to all criticism. I mean, we've got a tank coming out soon that, that Vic is doing. He's Kelpie, so and I'm sure he's found that stress. He's hit that quite well, hasn't he? If he has found it stressful, he
hasn't said much about the stress.
No, he hasn't at all. So
it's I can imagine so. And I don't know if they. Well, Mark didn't even sign a contract, did he, to say that he didn't get a penny from it? So
no. I didn't expect to get a penny from mine. Well, that's a lie. I did, because I had to buy 1,000 of them to get the thing sorted out. But then it was up to me to make some money out of the sales from that. But it's different for me because I'm an online store, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, they didn't even give him a V2. I don't even know if he's got his V2 FP, because the one that they changed it, so it was like a murdered out black and that. And I think they might have updated the glass and stuff. So, I just thought they didn't treat him particularly that well, considering. So,
Matt Benson has put a comment up about the K-Fun. Apparently, some people are getting leaks from the airflow screw on the K-Fun light. Yeah, and I am as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Another design flaw.
Yeah, and I've put plenty of wick in there as well. It's not that there isn't enough wick. And there's more wick in it now than there was before, and it is actually vaping better for more wick. But I don't know if you can hear that. Where's my microphone? Listen to this, right? Can you hear that?
Yeah, crackling.
Now listen to mine. It's the higher pitched noise. Here's mine.
Right, okay.
This is like breathing in through a piece of cotton, if you like. It's that sort of. But this one.
Yeah, you could hardly hear your one.
Yeah,
like you said, there was that higher pitch to that.
I look forward to more people buying the K-Fun and on it and coming back and agreeing with me, if you like. I don't want to see it fail, because I love K-Funs, but I won't say it's brilliant when I don't believe it is. Anyway, I think there is one or two more comments, but I think we've gone past 10:30, Mike. See, look,
it'd be better.
We're pushing it up, so I think the best thing we can do. We'll sign off for one night.
Yeah,
it's been a fantastic night, Mike. Thanks ever so much for coming on. I really mean that, and I do watch you a lot. I find you a comical fella, and I do. And you've been relaxed tonight. It's been lovely to have you on. Really nice, and I'm sure everyone in chat has enjoyed it as well. So thank you very much. Would you like to say your good night?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I must admit, I've found it really relaxing tonight after a hard day in the office, and it has been very relaxing after getting everything set up. That always takes me an hour to do, but now I've sat down, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Really good conversations we've been having, and learned quite a bit tonight. So big thanks for saying about that Solomon, mate. I'm really looking forward to that tank because that's right up my street, I reckon. So much obliged tomorrow.
That'll be in the post tomorrow.
Thank you very much. And chat, big love to all of you for popping in tonight. Great bit of interaction from everyone, a nice bit of banter coming our way as well. So, so thank you very much, Mark, and cheers, chat, and see you all again very soon.
All right, brilliant. I actually think chat left you pretty much alone tonight. They didn't really have a go at you tonight, did they?
Well, there was a couple in there, but
there was a couple in there.
Yeah, you were missing it, Mark, but I was ignoring them tonight.
Most
that's the best way to deal with
it. That's probably why I never get upset. I never see what people say.
Exactly, that's the thing to do. That's why I don't like looking at chat, because there's always someone out there trying to wind me up. But I've learned from my mistakes for that. I'm taking it as it actually is and just trying to enjoy myself. So.
Well, I think you've been great tonight. So thanks everyone in chat. We've got 30 likes, 30 thumbs up, which is nice. If you haven't done it, you've got about 2 or 3 seconds. Just to
please give it a thumbs up, guys.
Pop a thumbs up, and if you didn't like it, do the other thing, but please don't. Well, I don't like to see it. So, thanks everybody. Until next week, I shall be back here next Tuesday, hopefully with a guest. So, until next week, good night. Take care.
Cheers, guys. See you later.